welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Live from our studios here at the Subway Kandai in Accra. Live also on all our social media platforms at 3FM 92.7. My name is Noble Crosby Annan, and this is the best breakfast show of the entire country. Welcome on board. We're on from now till we hit the 10th hour of the morning. It's a packed morning here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. I'll be doing this with Sixtus, Ullo, and Helen Appiah-Ampofo, as well as Johnny Hughes. This morning we're talking about Ghana and a national development plan. Are we chasing the wind? We've lined up experts for you this morning. The need for a national development plan, the need for a national development agenda, and the implementation strategies as well. From all efforts government have put in place since now. The existing documents, the dead documents, what we need to add to which document to make it stronger, how we need to revive the conversation, and how we need to implement it properly. We're talking about all of that this morning, particularly on the back of the recent floods in parts of Accra and the warning that more could happen. And that is also dependent on how we have settled in Accra. Ghana and a national development plan. Are we chasing the wind? We'll get into that conversation this morning, as well as talk about the task of decongesting Accra. We're getting into all of that this morning. We'll be speaking with the mayor of Accra. He has been in the news recently, and that is because of the action he took to decongest part of Accra, the Central Business District. We'll be getting into all of that this morning as well on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. So you would want to stay with us. Of course, before all of that, we'll be hearing from the sports team as well. As they preview the Europa League final, we'll be hearing from Mutala Yakubu, who'll be joining us at 6:50 to talk about sports in the country as well as outside of the country. So stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We'll be glad to hear from you on any of our social media platforms as well. Like our page and leave a message, leave a comment. We'll be glad to share them with the rest of the world. But first, let's speak with Felicity Ahafianyo. It has been raining since the month began. It has been raining the entire week. Should we expect more rains today, or maybe finally the sun will smile on us this morning? Felicity, good morning.
Good morning, Crosby. How are you?
I am better today than yesterday. How are you doing, Felicity?
As you know, I'm better today than yesterday.
Is the weather better today than yesterday too?
Yes, today is going to be much better than what we experienced yesterday in terms of the sunny conditions that we are anticipating.
Talk to us about the numbers, Felicity.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning to our viewers and listeners across the globe. For today, we expect it to be partly cloudy after the cloudy situations over the coastal strip and part of the middle sector. So for rain, we don't expect much areas to experience rain except those in the Koforidua, Akimodan, Chifopraso, Takwa, Agwana, Swedu areas that are likely to have some afternoon showers. That's around 3 up to 6 p.m. In terms of temperatures, we expect it around 32 for the coastal strip, 33 for the middle sector, 35, 37 for the northern sectors. For the fisher folks, the state of the sea is expected to be rough. We are still having some rain and thunder clouds over the ocean, so they need to take precautions. Water Lake is also cool for any activities today, except by evening. We expect some areas, especially those around Pong into Dodowa towards the Akosombo areas, that will also have some localized development of rain and thunder.
Felicity, thank you. Thank you so much for bringing us those updates, and thank you for the caution as well.
Thank you too. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too, Felicity. I think you're speaking with us there. It's a good morning here.
Have I seen a ghost?
You're not seeing a ghost, Appiah-Ampofo.
Oh.
You're seeing a good mortal.
Was it what? Was it McJordan Amati? He said, am I dead?
Oh, Ullo.
I've forgotten the name of that film. He said, am I dead? He thought he was seeing a ghost. But alas, it was real life.
You know, yesterday, Jamila too DM'd me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, Crosby, how? I said, I should be asking you about Crosby.
No way. She actually DM'd you.
Oh, should I read her message?
I have to verify this. I don't trust
This is supposed to
this.
behave like somebody I know. His name is Daniel Kranti. He didn't like us.
So,
Danny K.
so she wanted to
He
find
didn't
out
like
where...
us.
Crosby, how? I said, no, but you should be the one giving me answers on Crosby. And she said, okay, she'll get back to me. So she got back to me like an hour or so later to say, oh, don't worry, you will see Crosby tomorrow. I said, yeah, I did.
Sixtus, good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you, Zina?
You look refreshed.
Oh, yes. The Lord is good. The Lord.
So you mean we've been stressing you here? Is that what you are telling us?
The Lord is good.
Hey.
Gentlemen, I want to ask, when was the last time you checked your blood pressure?
Sixtus, when was the last time you checked your blood pressure?
It's a serious matter. It's a serious matter.
When was the last time you checked your
It's a
blood
serious
pressure?
matter.
Because we're told, after a certain point to try and check at least every single quarter. Try and check every single quarter, because if you fail to do so, you might not know that something is amiss, and then you leave it by the wayside. So please check your blood pressure,
Especially for the men.
especially.
Yeah, especially for the men.
We're told that.
A lot is happening, and the statistics are not kind to us.
In fact, yesterday, and he's a cardiologist, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Asamoah. He says that as of 2022, Ghana had the highest number of strokes per population capita.
I see.
The highest number in the world.
Africa. Oh,
When it comes to stroke, if you look at per population,
Yes.
how do I even say
in the
it?
world.
In the world.
That's
We're known
scary.
as the stroke country. And that's a stat that I guess we didn't really ruminate on much.
Not a good reputation.
It's not a good reputation at all. We're not eating well.
We're not sleeping
We're
well.
not sleeping well. We're very
We don't have
stressed
peace
out.
of mind.
Exactly so.
Our lifestyle now is
The lifestyle. And so this was very, very worrying indeed. So
wow.
try and check your blood pressure. These things sometimes they come unannounced. You don't know your pressure has been high over time, and then you get ill. You wonder why. But if you check today and your doctor says maybe you're heading towards the realm of hypertension, your doctor can recommend that you cut back on certain foods, maybe
Right.
reduce your salt intake, start to do some exercise so your heart is healthy, and so on and so forth. So don't leave it till maybe there's a drive or exercise going on in your workplace before you go and check your pressure. Go and buy one of these over-the-counter pressure machines and check your
you can walk
pressure
to any pharmacy and they'll do it for you.
And they'll do it for you.
A CD, 2 CD, maximum 5 CDs. In fact, it reminds me of
2 CD is still valuable.
Oh yes, they know how important it is, so it's subsidized like that. Somebody did a story. A colleague of mine did a story here. You know this loading boys. So there was one around the Medina area, very slim, healthy-looking man. Every day you go there, he's loading back and forth, you know, all of that. So he went with a team, and they were checking pressure randomly. His pressure, I don't remember the exact figures, but it was that high.
Scaringly high.
It was super high. And then the man says he feels okay. He feels very fine. If he's not well, he has some codeine, like painkiller on him. He just takes it to feel better. And then
there's no time to waste.
No. What they're saying is that
had to be on the
way
grind.
his pressure was high, maybe he gets into a fight, and then somebody just pushes him.
That could be the end.
That could be the end, because his pressure was like that soaring,
Wow.
and he had no idea about it. Charlie, the pressures in life.
And that's
Anyways,
how somebody will go to the gym, for example, right? And
Go
that's
and
why.
collapse there.
And that's why when you start up with the gym, they'll take some vital stats before you actually go and work. And I don't know if all gyms do, but
before you go and kill yourself.
before you
at
go
the
and
gym.
kill yourself, they'll check your pressure, because if you are at a certain
I'm
point,
sure the gyms do that.
at
Proper
least
gyms
proper
should do.
gyms,
Not the
when you register, at
brick
least
and
your
mortar
very
gyms.
first time going, so they can assess. Sometimes I've seen a gym turn somebody back because they checked his pressure. He came to register, and they said where you are, you could be on the treadmill, and within 5 minutes you are done because your pressure is high. And that's what exercise does. It builds up, of course, the blood pressure to match up with what you're doing. So that was on my heart this morning. Please check your
we had a
pressure.
conversation on massages as well. This was late last year or so. And the resource persons who came around also gave some scary revelations that even the massage, you see, these days it's become a thing on social media.
Right.
Everybody gets up, I'm a masseuse, and they're advertising, come here now, massage you and all of that. Even that, there's a professional way of going about it. And it's not just anybody who goes in for a massage.
You don't touch anywhere.
You don't touch anywhere.
Right.
Somebody
So there are a
gets
lot
the
of
wrong
things that
pressure point.
That's all.
And
Anyway,
you are
so
scared for life.
for those of us who have little ones, let's always remember,
Please,
we don't
check.
live for ourselves
And
anymore.
you are checking for, I think, the optimal. That's the systolic, diastolic. Systolic is the number on top, diastolic the number below. 115 over, is it 70 or so? But because of our lifestyle, the doctors are saying you even go to 130. If you like, you even flirt with 140. But
God will
don't
understand.
Yeah, but just don't try and go beyond that. Once you're in the 130s, 140s, you stay there. Anything you see beyond that, go and speak with your health practitioner.
Pressure, I do wonder. She just called me on my train of phone.
Charlie, on that advice and good conversation with Helen, Appiah-Ampofo says that is giving us more pressure.
Check your health with Helen.
Yes, please. We must. I need all of us to enjoy
Helen's
the
Health
fruits
Corner.
of the city's labor. The city cannot be up and you are down. In fact, let's match the city's energy. As the city is gaining strength,
Word.
raising shoulder,
Say that
so
again.
must
Say
the
that again.
citizens.
Say that
I
again.
said, how can the city be up and you are down? As the city is raising its shoulders, so must you. Fellow Ghanaians, and let's stay healthy,
Raise
safe.
your health status.
Raise your health status. Okay, inflation is going down and you day hospital. People are jubilating that Kenke is come. When Kenke finally goes back to 1 city, you be on admission. Get healthy to match the prices. As they are going down, you are going up. Thank you.
The Daily Post newspaper on the front page, it's a monstrous lie. Thaddeus Soro responds to CJ probe allegations. The story is captured in one of the pages of the Daily Post newspaper. Also on the front page, $2 million SkyTrain scandal. Judge surprised Appiah-Ampofo always falls sick on the day of the hearing of his case. It comes to the picture of the board chairman, the former board chairman of GII, Professor Appiah-Ampofo. Sis, did you hear the story?
He says he always falls sick.
The judge is surprised Appiah-Ampofo always falls sick on the day of the hearing of his case.
Because yesterday the headline was that he had been rushed to the emergency ward.
Exactly.
From court.
Yes.
Oh.
But this is an 80-year-old man, Sixtus.
Okay, well.
Is it not, I don't want to say natural, is it not regular? You know, that at that age your health may be failing.
I mean, we're just talking about pressure. You can imagine how much of a high-pressured situation being in a courtroom under such intense scrutiny on a high-profile case such as this. You know, I can only
reporting
imagine.
From the courts, I've seen all sorts of people come in with all sorts of ailments. They come, some are carried, some are on crutches, others they limp in, and all sorts of. We see things in court. Well,
it is only interpretations we can give, but well, maybe. So lead counsel for the former board chair, Duke said, was responding to a query by Justice Comfort regarding the absence of Professor Ampofo, whose plea was scheduled to be taken, and I'm talking about yesterday. So he pleaded for a brief adjournment from the court on the prosecution, so they will produce the former board chair by Friday for his plea to be taken. The presiding judge, who appeared surprised at the development, noted that it appeared Professor Ampofo is always ill on the day of the hearing of his case. So maybe he will be available on Friday.
The thought of entering the witness, the box alone, or even you are sitting there and they are saying all sorts of things about you. I saw you did this, I saw you chopped this, or you did this. It's not easy.
I think
it
should open up a conversation on maybe finding other means to do this. Can we
do what?
Do cross-examination, for instance, via Zoom?
You are in the country. Why should I talk to you via Zoom?
No, the man maybe
from the hospital.
Yes.
Oh, guys.
I
saw a lot of that on social media.
They should open up a conversation like that.
That would also mean the involvement of your doctors.
Yes.
Because if you are rushed to the hospital, as the story is usually painted, and it's not just about Prof's case alone.
For somebody who
if
is
you are rushed,
sick,
it means that you are in a
already.
state that you can't be testifying for or against when you are not. You know,
there's a drip on you, and the Zoom, there's one there, and they are firing questions at you. I think
you were talking about how the courtroom gives some kind of pressure. So maybe in your mind, you're tensed as you enter the courtroom. Why can't we do it maybe in the comfort of your home?
In the comfort of your home?
I'm coming. In the comfort of your home, or maybe at a place you would be comfortable at, with maybe some court representatives, some police officer, one or two, some court clerks, one or two.
Okay, let me give you some precedent. In the was it the 2016 or the 2020 election? The one that they said they were giving tea without biscuits.
Yes.
There was a testimony like that. I've forgotten exactly the circumstances, but there was a testimony that was allowed like that. Again, in our present court system, it is allowed for you to appear in court via video conferencing.
Fair enough.
That now happens. They call it the e-justice system.
Great.
But even with that, there are strict and stringent rules.
It's like writing an exam in a hospital.
You cannot be in the comfort of your room, as you have said it. The last time I was in some judge's court, and she was even speaking to a lawyer. He says, counsel, I can hear you, but I cannot hear you. in court language, that's a serious. I'm hearing what you are saying. All right, but you can't appear before me. I cannot grant you audience. So the lawyer may have violated some code of appearance. It doesn't matter that you are via Zoom or any other network.
Yeah,
you must appear in a strict manner. You should be in a particular location with your lawyer. And in the case of the election petition I was referring to, there was a court official sent to the facility to be there whilst the testimony was taken.
Exactly.
So the president is there.
It can happen. I think we should consider it. We should consider maybe highlighting it more.
Unless your doctor says that,
people
Prof has collapsed, but he can still testify.
Not in emergency situations. Maybe the person is unwell. The person maybe cannot be transported to the court facility, but the person is able to talk, is able to reason and answer questions. We should not use the person's unavailability at the court premises to stall the progress if it can happen like that. Anyways.
Well, some judges have also issued strict orders in circumstances like that. Again, reporting on the coup plotters case, as we called it in the media.
Transvoter Togoland people.
No, that was not
okay.
It. The medical doctor, he died even before the case ended.
Okay, this is the one where you have people representing.
People represented one of the
former police.
Yes.
Is it still? No, actually, he's been elevated. He has a post now.
He does. The fair one.
Yes, the fair. I've forgotten his name.
Yes. Okay, it will come.
Sixtus, make your point.
So, judges have also taken a certain post-train when they realize that maybe all of this is a way of delaying the process. Some judges have gone a step further to make some strict orders. I was in court again on another case.
You're talking about
Tamaklo.
ACP Dr. Agwojo.
Yes.
Exactly. If you recall the case of Sedina Tamaklo,
yes,
it was a Maslow case, right? There was this thing about the lady not being in the jurisdiction.
Yes.
Should we continue? Every day there's a story that is told by the accused lawyer. At a point, he says that, look, Charlie, if your person is not around, I'll be compelled to order a trial in absentia. So the courts in itself, the courts themselves are beginning to adopt certain posturing when they realize that, I mean, all of this is just some delayed tactics. So the case I was looking for is the McPalm case, okay. Dr. McPalm case.
When they think it's shenanigans, eh?
Yes, if they realize that, oh no, all of this could be. So they would order a report from your doctor, and that doctor would be present to testify.
Under oath.
Under oath. So you know that what that also means for the doctor.
That's right.
His profession, his career.
His career. So I think the courts are beginning to go beyond, oh, I'm sick. Yeah.
The judge is surprised. Anyway, still on the front page of the Daily Post, majority of Ghanaians support Tokonu's suspension as Chief Justice. That's according to Global Info Analytics, and the story is on page 9 of the paper. So key findings from the poll nearly 1 month after the suspension show that 53% of voters support her suspension, while 20% oppose it. 12% of voters were neutral and 15% did not have an opinion. That's according to Global Info Analytics, as reported by the Daily Post newspaper. I'll take you to the Inquisitor newspaper. On the front page, defense militants at work. Okay. I can't read this one. Sixtus.
Okay.
Can you read it in your mind first? This one.
Okay. Stop press. NIB detains.
Why would they phrase it like that? I don't even understand what the... oh my gosh. Oh my word.
Sorry, Helen. Helen is choking. Daily what?
Inquisitor.
Your headline is choking, Helen.
Seriously.
Also, the front page of the Inquisitor newspaper.
It's too graphic.
It's okay.
Okay.
Charlie.
Can we move on?
What does that mean?
Let's move on.
NIB detains former Customs Commissioner Isaac Krentel over role in SML deal. The story is captured by the Inquisitor newspaper. A Deputy Finance Minister inaugurates NLA Governing Board, and TCDA engages stakeholders on unprocessed rubber exports. These are the stories at the front page of the Inquisitor newspaper. The Publisher newspaper says, I am very sick, but I will be in court Monday. 80-year-old Appiah-Ampofo pleads. The story is on page 2 of the paper. I'll read it for you, Sixtus. Like your ears are standing up. Former board chair of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Professor Christopher Appiah-Ampofo, could not be present in court on Tuesday due to ill health challenges, but is assured he'll be present on Monday, May 26, 2025, on the adjourned date for the trial over the controversial $2 million Sky Train project. He's 80 years old. He says he'll be in court on Monday. However, he is very sick. Also, the front page of the Publisher newspaper, new magic pushing strong city is gold board. That's according to the finance minister, as they assure stability sustenance. More dangerous rains coming. The Meteorological Agency warns. The story is on page 3 of the paper. More rains coming, so it means more floods, unfortunately. It means more devastation, unfortunately. But let's get some fun out of it. Sixtus, if you pronounce this word for me.
Dangerous?
No, this one.
Oh, meteorological.
Okay, nice one. Finally, for me,
I didn't go to a Nyan school.
It's the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Front page, upholds children's rights and dignity. Child's Rights International, getting rid of street burgers. That's what is related to, is on page 12 of the paper. He's saying, uphold children's rights and dignity. Child's Rights International, Bright Appiah is saying, Times Needy Fund, okay, and Ghana committed to reformed business environment, according to President Mahama, is on page 12 of the paper. Venture Capital Trust Fund invests some 359 million cedis in 20 years. I'll take you to the center spread of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, and the story on this in the center spread of the paper is this: President tasked NDPC to deliver bold, transformative path for development. And I'm sure this fits nicely in our conversation this morning, the National Development Agenda. The back page comes with some sports stories, okay. These are the stories that the Ghanaian Times is reporting. Helen, what do you have?
All right, let me start off with, beg your pardon, my throat and my chest. They're really showing me some small shaking.
Is that weather?
Weather, no. Daily Graphic this morning has this to say: nation risks more revenue losses. Tech-led tax systems, key experts at national dialogue. Break short-term development planning cycle. President charges NDPC. We have an extensive conversation about that, so please let us know your thoughts ahead of time. We'll put up a question on our socials. Ghana card blocks prison graduates from national service. Inmates appeal to Parliament to intervene. Local government minister cautions public against Boku conflict commentaries. I know we've got a bit of a harrowing development in that regard. We can get into that in due course. On the back page, AMA Kokma begin decongestion exercise in Accra. And yesterday, we were on the beat. We had, beg your pardon, Safwa Boahene, our colleague there, also moving with the task force, and the Mayor Pakpo Alote. We'll get some more updates on that also on today's show. The New Finder newspaper, Cedi up 11% against US dollar. The mighty Cedi. How long can we sustain this for? It's one that a lot of economic watchers are asking, because, you know, government is yet to start really spending and paying some big ticket items off. And so, fellow Ghanaians, just strap up your seatbelts.
The finance minister is assuring sustainability, stability, sustenance.
Stability, sustenance. sustenance. Okay.
The magic is being done by Gold Board.
Okay.
Led by Samiji Mfi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Bawumia says that since the year started, this government hasn't added even a ton. I think it's just about under a ton that has been added to our gold reserves. He says this is not any magic that the NDC is doing, but of course, others have contrary views. They say it's a deliberate policy. Even the fact that government is not spending, one might call that, or one might say that's a policy in of itself. But of course, at some point, these expenditures will have to be made. We know we owe IPPs, we owe contractors, we owe national health insurance scheme providers. There's a tall list. Teacher trainees are suffering. Anyway, let's have a coherent plan to tackle Ghana's economic challenges. President Mahama speaking. And hooray, once more, transport fares to drop by some 15% starting May 24. The Custodian newspaper has this to say: Gold Board to promote economic growth, and that's coming from the finance minister. You also have Mr. Sami Jemfi, Gold Board CEO. Is he still acting? Is he still described as acting?
I mean, you know, they were waiting for the boards to get in place before they could, for a lot of the institutions.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
now
so
we have the Gold Board
we have
board.
the boards that have, but this one was just inaugurated.
That's right. Just what, yesterday or the day before also?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. All right.
The day before.
That would have been Monday. On Monday.
Yes,
all right.
It was done on Monday.
Kufuor calls for unity against tax leakages. Petitioner alleges conspiracy to axe Tokonu. But Thaddeus Sori denies meeting CJ probe committee. I've got to be honest, that name, they freaked me past. Thaddeus Sori. The name, it just sounds like...
It sounds heavy.
It sounds heavy,
Sounds like a lawyer's name.
Sounds like a lawyer's name, or sounds like a prominent individual, like a Thaddeus. That's what I'm saying. It's no mean Thaddeus Sori.
Yeah.
I like that name.
It's the weight with which you pronounce the name.
Yes.
Say it again.
Thaddeus Sori.
Nice one.
Prudential Bank
The same way we
CIO.
pronounce Sixtus, don't we?
Now it's Six Juice, but you see these chambers.
No, he's not aware of the updated.
Don't worry, Six Juice.
The software has been updated.
Now, Minority Mocks NDC. Mahama's 24-hour economy, now 24-hour doomsor. And there's a picture of some minority members at a press conference, and you've got Anna Dompre here also. I recall him asking that the majority compel the energy minister to provide a timetable. Finally,
On that story, I'm reading on the Thaddeus Sori story.
Right.
You see, I've been following the Facebook back and forth, and I'm like, I mean, like the same argument I keep making here. You have evidence that something untoward has happened. You know where to take that. So what is it always in the Facebook fights, as we say it? Does it add weight to it? Does it now confirm? And if you follow the post he put out, you know, on Facebook, he went to say it's a monstrous lie.
Something around.
We know those who procure justice through. Let me look for the thing. And you keep asking yourself, but is this necessary? Because when you look under that post that he made and the comments, somebody came to say, "Oh, we have your pictures. Be careful," and he says, "Release them." So if you know that something has happened.
So this is what he said. It's a monstrous lie. No such meeting took place. It is very easy to fact check that. We know those who get justice through negotiation.
Exactly. And you read the comments under that post. It's always simple and straightforward. Yes, I can understand, as a media person, I can understand the media fight. And the need to want to make it more of a media fight than going through the proper channels.
Maybe when they do this, they get, how do you call it? They are able to secure the public trust if they come and they defend like that.
That's what I'm saying. I can understand the strategy some of the times. That, I mean, there are cases that you need the sympathy of the public on your side. There are cases that you definitely need that sympathy. And if you are a communications person, you will understand that. But we have reached a point where we seem to turn every single case in this country into a media spectacle.
It's sensation over substance.
Thank you.
The Informer newspaper this morning, hopefully it's substance and no sensation. Apology over NPP's 2024 electoral defeat. Bawumia demonstrates maturity. It's coming from an MP. I don't know which MP. I wish their picture was featured here, but we've got a smiling Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the front page. Value addition panacea for Ghana's development. That's coming from President John Dramani Mahama. Accra floods. NADMO tough on demolition as Meteo warns of more rains. Apologize to our leader. Guta demands of GTEC. And as GPRTU responds to fuel price drop, spare parts dealers reject reduction. That's the conversation. You are all on the necks of spare parts dealers, but they said, they cannot reduce their prices. They are not having it so easy.
They should continue. They say that they have old stock.
They said you haven't bought up the old stock.
They say they have old stock.
And if you listen to Dr. Obing last week, Guta president, he says that typically you give it about 3 months for stock to at least
when the city is depreciating, do they wait for 3 months before they increase prices?
They said you at least give it 3 months and your dealer might have gotten rid of that stock.
It's fine.
Your
but next time, if it happens that the city is depreciating, they should make sure that they wait for 3 months before they increase prices. That's what we're asking for.
Hey, the citizens these days, you meet, everything is basketballs for you guys. Fellow Ghanaians, what's up?
I was at the Nima market yesterday to speak with traders. So I spoke with the deputy agri minister on why prices of food has not come down. I went to the market and what they are telling me is that old stock.
The banana and the banana be also.
There are people who are also telling me that the people they buy from have not reduced their prices, so they cannot reduce it. So it's a long value chain that we don't understand how it is happening. CD is gaining strength. You say, wait small. If CD is losing strength, then immediately you have to we have to increase our prices. If you are balancing it, balance it well.
Following the accident I had, and if you are 100%, you know that when you have to buy a spare part, you are dead, as they say.
It's not that easy to come by.
It is not small thing. It is not a joke.
That's why you have to buy Toyota. Any parts, every part.
So as we speak now, there's no Honda spare parts dealer in Abosoka who is not my friend.
You know all of them.
And you see, on a more serious note, you will buy a part, go and fix it. It is not working.
Oh.
Because somebody is also there in that economy. Let me call it extortion. You know, they are refurbishing parts that should be disposed of. Then we the unsuspecting ones, you will go pick it up, go and fix it.
Go and buy AI.
It no go work.
The last time I went to Abosokai on my own.
Who sent you?
I went with my friend. Shout out to Feli Nuna. I don't know if you're familiar. Feli,
Yes.
What an adventure. They said we should go and look for somebody called Sneak. Woke up. Hey.
No, but the Abosoka economy is a story that has to be documented.
I'm telling you. In fact, I took my camera that day. I've been meaning to put together the clips. We started in the morning. And it was a lot of fun, but you have to have your wits about you. As Sixtus is saying, some of the parts, you see, they fused a different make, a different model together. You go and put it in your car. Before I think we U-turn about 3 times because you move the car, it's going out.
My shafts, I was just driving out of a garage. Then my shaft broke. A shaft, it broke. If you know a shaft, and the part that broke, the mechanic saw it and said, what kind of a miracle is this?
It's wood you went to buy.
Not knowing they had welded the tin in some way and used some rubber to cover the tin, you never will suspect.
Did you buy it from Snake?
No, I beg you. Snake has a good reputation. So we beg you, Aboso kind people. We are friends. We need you. You need us. Don't do that to us.
They are simply asking for time.
No, we know.
They said just give them time.
Also give us the correct materials.
Okay.
You see, it's not easy for me to come and buy a part like 1,200, like 800 Ghana, go and fix it, then it is not working. Then you go and sleep, you sleep well. Come on. Let's not do that. See, God will bless your business, if you do the business with a good heart. Shout out to all the friends at Abosokai. I want to say, but you should even know this man, former chairman of the Spare Parts Dealers Association. He knows you very well. In fact, the last time he said I should say hello to you, Clement Boateng.
Oh, then Helen respond to
There is somebody that every media person knows.
I mean, if you know the kind of vehicles I've had to contend with, I know a lot of spare part dealers. I know a lot of...
He's now vice chair of Guta, right?
Oh, exciting. Mr. Boateng, good morning to you.
So, Mr. Boateng, please tell your people, Dr. Joseph Obeng, please tell your people that, look, we are spending a lot on these parts. The least you can do for us is guarantee us, some credibility that the thing I am buying from you, it will not break down immediately or a month later. And the good thing with them also is that if you go and fix the thing immediately, it doesn't work. I think normally you have a day or two. You can return it. The person will take the things. But say wait, and yes,
you have to go fast though. You can't leave it even 48 hours. You're pushing it. You have to go.
But the shaft matter. The shaft broke like a month after.
And that's when you discovered that it had been fused and twisted.
Appiah will tell you the story. The way the thing broke, it was surprising. So we beg you. The old stock, clear it. Let us enjoy the reduction.
Imagine they clear the old stock and then touch wood, the CD starts to do some way, and then it's coming.
They will increase immediately.
And that
they will not wait to clear the one that was bought with the goods.
And that is the argument.
Yes.
So if you listen to Dr. Obeng, he says that when I say that we are all operating based on past trauma, he says we've been here seeing the CD. It's like dancing pan logo. So they just want to watch and see.
Trust no day.
The trust no day. We've seen CD go up, down, side. A lot of us are on tenterhooks. I myself, I'm impressed with the way the CD is moving. But I also know that my government has a lot of debt to clear. Once we start paying these things, the finance minister says, let's have trust in the gold world. Yes, we're trusting.
Your government?
Yes. Are you not a Ghanaian?
It's the government of Ghana. Don Ullo is the government of Ghana.
I think Ullo, they have their own government. Sixtus is the president. I believe so. Yeah. Yes. So let's wait and see. But sometimes I can understand that maybe traders want to be a bit cautious because you just never know. We hear that the Chinese and the Americans seem to be getting back on a bit of a more cordial path, if you will, as far as these trade wars are concerned. What does that mean for the dollar's strength? It doesn't take much for the dollar to also overcome its own obstacles. That said, though, if it were the case that it was only down to that, then we would see that the Naira and other currencies were also performing that way. But the city seems to be still supreme.
Ghana Man is watching us live from Abosokai Zongo Junction, and he's giving out greetings.
Is he a spare parts dealer? Does he give his
morning?
No, he hasn't said that one. He's saying his own thing. We are a people with sheer greed, and this is Isi Zulu. And yes, Isi, I agree with you, and I've made that argument here.
So we share what?
A people of sheer greed.
Sheer greed, right, greed.
seafood, wache that you go and buy. Now you can't even buy wache 5 Ghana. You can't buy wache 7 Ghana.
Oreku says he bought kenke 7 CDs. Fish, half fish, 17 CDs.
Will shock you?
Small.
Why are you shocked?
When he described the size of the 17 CDs fish.
In my village here where I live here, not my village. My village here. They'll tell you this is 7 Ghana, this is 5 Ghana. If you see the 5 Ghana one, nobody will tell you to buy the 7 Ghana one.
This is the fish.
No, the kenke itself.
So we want the numbers to reflect in our pockets. We want the city's strength to, when we go to the market and we are buying, we want to feel it, you understand? Because if the city is strong and we are still spending as you were spending at first, it's not nice.
Because food inflation is not that great. Although President Mahama says that we should look out for single figure inflation come next year. And that will ease the pressure. At the very least, though, as a worker, your salary, I'm guessing, maybe hasn't gone up. But if you are getting some 15% reduction in your transport fares, also, that's coming from on Saturday with the fuel. Maybe you are getting some small reprieve there. You might be feeling a little relief, although I'm not so sure. We put the poll up last week, and 70% of you say you are not feeling any relief. Yeah.
So Helen, you know that when the dollar is going high, and then things are expensive, lorry fares are expensive, fuel is expensive, workers will say that, increase our salaries. Yeah,
yes.
So right now the CD is...
My friend. Sixtus, please, what do you have?
Okay.
Should they decrease your salary because CD is appreciating your floor price?
I don't want to say what I want to say because...
Open letter to Appiah-Ampofo Lawson from Crosby Noble Annan.
Hey, leave there.
Is it?
Slow motion.
If you want to leave here with this, your red suit.
I want to see.
But you said you want your salary.
I'm going to put your picture in the canteen. Most wanted, you. Most wanted staff.
You want your salary. You want the dollar is going down against the cedi.
When fuel prices are high, you say that fuel prices are high.
But yesterday, I went to buy fuel, and for the first time, I smiled.
Why?
My tank, the car that I'm still struggling to repair. No, I used to fill the tank with 230 Ghana cedis.
What year was this?
Oh no, this was late 2020, early 2021.
Okay.
230 Ghana could fill my tank. By the end of just before the elections,
2024. So 2 years on.
I needed 700 cedis to fill the same tank.
Yeah, the tank, the crate hole for the tank inside or something.
I don't know. But I did not send the tank to any mechanic to expand. And yesterday, I went to buy fuel with 200 cedis. And I got just a little to half tank. I'm like, oh God.
So now you're like 400 cedis there.
So now I'm guessing that it should be, yes, with 400 cedis.
500, you should...
430, let's say 430 cedis. So at least there's hope.
You're feeling that reprieve at least?
At least on that side. On that score.
Yeah.
And see, I have been watching the gauge since last night. Say, oh, Charlie, thank you.
Long may it continue. Now, if we start to see the food also reduce,
Then they'll reduce salary.
Anyways, yesterday when Johnny was talking about the fuel issues, I said the dollar and cedi. I said he should add that the saboteurs, the nation wreckers, those who don't want to be happy with the rest of us. We don't care what your end game is. Those who want the dollar to go back so that they can profit, no.
Whether the rich people, the way they are crying, isn't it?
When I see, I mean,
we are happy, they are crying.
You know, exporters are also, they are not happy, but, well.
Please, we will like it. We will like it in the town.
A quick run through these ones.
Yes.
Daily Guide newspaper, Ghana's favorite newspaper. Baumia Mahama clash over cedi stabilization. Sky train trial. Professor Mayor Ekumfi rushed to hospital again. This is Daily Guide. Lands Ministry partners Asantehene for high-level mining summit. UTAG UG demands Auditor General's resignation. But UTAG too, why are you fighting the media in this matter?
It's fighting with the media.
The media, UTAG UG. They said they want the Auditor General gone, and the media, you should be careful. Oh, you haven't followed the story. They actually had a press conference yesterday.
I was trying to make heads and tails of it yesterday but this is UTAG.
This is UTAG.
Yes.
Okay.
The
University Teachers Association.
The Auditor General's report made some findings against the University of Ghana.
Some salary things.
Salaries issue that increased by, I think, over 59 million Ghana cedis or so.
Okay.
I forget the figure. I'm thinking it's 59 million cedis or so, some within that region. And they are not happy with it. They had a press conference and they said that if there was such a finding, the Auditor General should have given the university the opportunity
to respond. Okay.
Well, I know that in line with best practices, there's always what they call the management's response to an audit report. I don't know whether the University of Ghana had the opportunity to issue this management response, because it would often respond to a lot of the queries that are raised by the auditor before the compilation of the auditor's final report. And so you would see that after the findings have been tabled, the response to those findings would equally be tabled alongside. So when you are reading the report, you see that on this allegation or audit finding, this is what management said, whether it answers the question or not. And you will see this from all the engagements that Public Accounts Committee of Parliament has had with various public institutions. So UTAG says that you did not give our people the opportunity to respond to your allegations. Fair enough. I don't know whether they did, but I'm saying fair enough. Now UTAG goes on to say, and you, the media, you too, you won't go and ask management what happened. You are also carrying the story. Why are you carrying the story? Media bread.
Media bread. Okay.
I listened to the chapter president on a number of platforms last night, and I'm like, okay. We move on. Lands Ministry partners Asantehene for high-level mining summit. That is also on the...
Hold on for me. Let's listen to what UTAG has been saying in relation to...
Perfecto.
To what you're talking about.
Yes.
This is the General Secretary of UTAG, and this is what he said.
The standards of auditing, in our opinion, has plummeted in recent years. And if care is not taken, would have serious consequences for the nation. It appears to us that the audit service is more interested in appearing to be working rather than doing the right thing. And in so doing, they ignore ethical standards that guide their profession. University of Ghana management maintains that the initial audit report was not shared with them for them to make comments and clarify any discrepancies before this was made public. This is grossly unfair and unethical. This is a serious breach of the ethical standard required for the audit service and its profession. And for the Auditor General to sit in his office and preside over such an institution that disregards ethical standards and standard practice, we are hereby calling for the resignation of the Auditor General honorably, or we will petition the President for him to be removed. We do not say this because we have personal issues with the Auditor General, but we believe that the audit service, or auditing in general in this country, has become a tool for intimidating and disallowing legitimate payments, especially to subvented institutions in Ghana. We also want to state that the situation where auditing has been used as a tool to disallow payment of legitimate claims from subvented institutions must stop with immediate effect.
Slay Nation.
Baba, Baba,
Send you where that now you know. Send you where that now you know. Send you where that now you know. Strong ya myself. Now what you make a cry. You know you better away. So what you can cross slow motion. Slow motion.
So you heard him.
yes,
You heard him. These are you people in line with your standards and ethics as media people. You have something you always say, give fair hearing to the other side, cross-check. So why didn't you cross-check before running with the story? Because it's you are all running with the story. So UTAC is not happy with you. The Accra Times newspaper says, with pride we inform and educate, help Mahama to reset Ghana's economy. Ampofo is speaking. He spoke at the governing board of Gold Board inauguration. And you have Nation mourns former Council of State member as Paul Afoko pays glowing tribute to late dad, describes him as a man of many titles. And energy sector Wahala Minority Task Minister to tackle fuel supply to IPPs urgently. Bosa South DCE pays working visit to key agencies. Comes with a picture of the DCE and Musa in the group photo with the police. And also good news for fuel tanker drivers. NPA boss promises conditions of service. Sianap Afoko, a remarkable grandchildren are speaking. Okay, so this is still related to the Nation mourning former Council of State member. And on the back page of the Accra Times newspaper, that's still the same story about helping Mahama to reset Ghana's economy, a plea from Finance Minister Ampofo. The News Center newspaper, detail-driven news. It says, Gold Board driving CD surge by deepening reserves. Dr. Ampofo is speaking, or is being quoted here, 80% of NLA's revenue comes from KGL. Chris Bellamy, this one, Dohan, right? Dohan.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the name wrong. Dohan. Okay. So ex-NIB director sues head of surveillance for 10 million Ghana cedis. Baumier's apology wins hearts. According to the News Center newspaper, MTN expands home internet access with fiber push.
Right.
And women's rights groups alarmed by CJ's suspension. Is it a new story? Or is it the same suspension? No, dear. So, page 6. Page 6 of the paper carries that story. The name of the group is Affirmative Action Law Coalition, Domestic Violence Coalition, and the Women Manifesto Coalition in Ghana expressed deep concern over what they describe as a troubling pattern of removing key public officials, especially women, when there's a change in government.
Okay. This is still Sunrise on 3FM 92.7, live also on all our social media platforms at 3FM 927. We sincerely apologize for our inability to bring you Johnny's Bite today. But Johnny's Bite will be back on your radio, on your TV tomorrow. But it's now a good time to hear from you on 0559242717 or 0556910154 on our Community Voices segment. We're giving you the microphone. Speak to us. Tell us what is on your heart. But of course, do it politely and do it nicely as well. Let's pick our first caller this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing well. Is this Ullo?
This is Noble Crosby Annan, Senior.
Noble, how are you?
Very well. Talk to me.
Thank you for the opportunity. This is Alasan from Zenu Central.
Alasan, I'm listening.
the decongestion in the city is a good one, and I'll urge all Ghanaians, especially the traders, as they themselves said yesterday, that they are in support. They should support it continuously so that people will move freely to come and go closer to them and buy their items. The other issue I have to say, to talk about, is about honorable, what do we call it, the former vice president, Mahmoud Bamia comments he's making around about the gold issue. He said he introduced gold for oil in 2021. 2021, gold for oil and gold trade, but the city was running ajar. The fuel wasn't decreasing, the prices were not coming down, but I think the purpose was that. So he should be serious for once, and he should know that as for credibility, he has lost it. And he has to, as he has been apologizing, he should apologize and apologize well. I get to my point. Because now they can realize that it wasn't Russia-Ukraine war that was our problem. It was lack of not acknowledging what all of us were saying.
Okay.
I get to my point. Because we were saying things are not good. They were telling us that, oh, things are good because of Russia-Ukraine. As the war ended, in Ukraine and Russia, I want you to know, I don't know, I just want to give me an update.
No, there's a ceasefire at the moment, though.
The ceasefire. So when they were fighting, was the bombs landing in Ghana?
Rather, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Noble.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
By the grace of God Almighty.
Talk to me.
Calling from Amamole.
Callings. Right.
Let me take this opportunity to greet Johnny Hughes, fantastic journalist, and you and Helen and all your crew. Media Junior, you are best of the best in Ghana and across. Look, I heard Dr. Bawumia talking about the economy, that is a hardship. People are complaining. Look, when Ghanaians are complaining heavily that the country is going to teach, people are complaining. They can't buy food. Things are going high. And so on and so forth. They tell us they are in good direction. Today, less than 6 months, look at the economy, the dollar system. Even I had price of cement, but me before got the man, no, but I won't go there because I go there personally to investigate. So the price didn't change. That one is automatic. The price didn't change. Some are selling them as it is, 100 and so on and so forth. So I won't say anything about the price of cement. But the dollar is crazy. The petrol liter is crazy. And things are coming down gradually. This is how they govern. Look, MPP, they should come back again. I know the good people of this country will just push President Mahama, even if his tenure ends, maybe they will continue to tell him that you can go on.
Our laws don't allow that. Thank you. Hello, good morning. We lost the caller there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
My brother, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, sir, Mr. Crosby.
Nice. Talk to me.
Yeah, my name is Ajanawan from Kwabinya.
Ajanawan, I'm listening to you.
Very much. Thank you very much with the wonderful job you are doing for Bakatana. This is showing how our GIA, we are pleading for authority, the appointment committee, to make sure they give her the appointment, because she's a woman that supported NDC and also Dr. Tony Audit. Mr. Kobu, in fact, the MPP micro minority to give us a break. They shouldn't give us pressure. We know what we are doing. We give you 8 years to give us better governance. Nothing has happened. We suffered, we collapsed jobs, businesses. Now, President Mahama just in 4 or 5 months, everything is showing that yes, NDC government is ready to give us better governance. Look at our dollar, look at our fuel, look at infrastructure, our roads, Mr. Abuja, and the rest. The only problem that we are facing is about the energy, the electricity. So our energy minister to sit up, and also our communication minister. Please, don't you know that our communication, all the telcos, is really being shaken? We don't know. When I'm calling Mr. Colby just closer to me, I will not get him. So we are pleading to the authority, especially Mr. Sam George, that is to act. We should know, see his action. No. Thank you.
You can still call us on 0559242717. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, sir. How are you, senior?
Please, I'm fine. I hope you are also fine.
I'm well, thank you. Talk to me briefly.
Please, this is calling from Abusuka.
All right, sir.
Mefa kwenya wesu na me wish honorable Abolo and any birthday. Me wish na happy birthday. Me say Nyankopon Bambo and na on dey and famana na no pay. Honorable Alaji ya Kondo e bia obi a me chana na no pay. Ushe ya Abusuka. Me Abusuka na me dijwa. Na me di yenu mo aye wa Abusuka ho ya papa. Because ushe nyama ya kofa ewa manoni $1 and the kofa nyama no ewa manoni enti se ne honorable atu forcing finance minister omabo mo modern NSC John Dramani mama ama dollar aba forma dinti na enti minti nyama so enfama omo a ombeto ade ewa Abuso kan mesre omo se omunja politics na omoye ewa Abuso kan no because ye kai emrimu a 2017 na ye tu aba a ye ka say ya ti import duty so no Abuso kan for ebo say ye kokko tu aba na dollar 16 cedis na mo complaining ene dollar na ba form musu munti nyama so enfama omo mbeto ade customers na musi debi muguso eye sabotage mu pese mu sabotage aban no ya vesre mu munti nyama no so enfama Ghana for na Ghana for
Hello, good morning. You can also call us on 0556910154. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing very much good. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Talk to me briefly.
Chairman Noble.
Yes, sir.
I am Tutu Pachi. Ashima Suba Kanable, calling from Taifa, precisely Domekwabinya.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. A very good morning goes to my senior comrade, Honorable Abolo, the common sense man. Let me take this opportunity to wish him a very happy birthday. May God strengthen him and give him eternal life and then more money and then strength. And then to Masha, Ashama, greetings to him, and then Chairman Joe of Ashama Communication Officer. Noble.
Yes, sir.
You said a lot this morning. But you know what saddens my heart?
Tell me.
The decongestion exercise that is going on. I will plead to my fellow Ghanaians and my brothers and sisters on the street hawking that they should cooperate with the mayor and do the needful. Because it is said, if persuasion fails, force must be applied. We don't want to apply force. They are Ghanaians, they are our sisters, they are our brothers. So, in a very candid way, the mayor is approaching them, having direct contact with them, telling them to do the needful before the close of the week. And
something has come to a notice that we are going to regulate some of the days that the 24-hour will start hitting the streets. They will be hawking in the night or in the evening on some of the streets, not all streets, but on some of the streets, on some of the days of the week. This is what I have noticed. That is a very good and brilliant idea. And there will be enough security to see to that.
I hear you.
Let me put that one down and then come back to the dollar and then CD appreciation and then the dollar depreciation.
Briefly, sir.
Let Baumia don't stand anywhere and rock shoulders with John Dramani Mahama. Because the sister Kabaya and Badada and yet Jate wounds here. Baumia has no locus to even stand anywhere to say he contributed to the appreciation of the CD. Why? Why do I say so? When they introduced gold for oil, it was the time oil became scarce and it was going up every now and then. That is when they introduced gold for oil, not the dollar appreciation. So the common sense man is in power. They don't go and then take chartered plane or private jet and pay $18,000 per hour. They don't bath in the air.
Thank you.
They don't got dollar in their bedroom under their bed.
Thank you, my brother.
And has let the city gain strength.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you, sir?
Everything's fine.
Nice. Talk to me.
Ninuwa. That was Chacha Manjo.
Yeah, Joseph.
Bulu. And the colors in Queen. Rose, Michobia. Now, Kakamba Semekan is na Baumia Case. Appiah went in a dollar narrator or bois. Sabi, we need you move team. Yanya buyer or buyer or team or catch and say Russia Ukraine war. Not dollar near 18 CD. Short to my ear. I buy Sabu, I buy Papa, but not dollar bar. My fan is a 12 CD. Or Miasa a Yantoka, and Yantoka, or Munim a Jumano. Short to my say, Jumano Baumian and a Kufa, Munim a Jumano. Short to my say, a memoir on my ETS. A memoir on my ETS. Short to my say. In the doctor, a party doctor, and the petrol commerce. Short to my say, and then I am good management. A momo papa into Baumian, your canning in Uncle Pepper Bintina. Nanya do be the to Abamano. Sir, I see one no bed dinner platform almost 7 years. So, Yanya Baby went to play 1 hour 17,000 to 18,000. Short to my say, COVID-19 by 54 billion.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother Gavi.
Good to hear from you. Talk to me.
Yeah, this is Ajimi Victor calling from Keta Constituency, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I hope Johnny is good.
He's very fine.
Thank you. My brother, I drove through the principal street of Accra this morning. I think behind the school of Kimbude, I think our mothers are still doing something there. I think the AMA board should just take up the steps and just remove them from there. My brother, let me talk about the city gaining consciousness. I think Baumia should shut up. See, from 2017 to 2024, NPP government was the most corrupt government in the history of Ghana. They were stealing our money. They were making all sort of things with our money. They were looting our money here and there. That's why made the dollar go up. And they were doing a lot of things that harmed we Ghanaians. Now, Appiah-Ampofo, the good governance is here. President John Mahama is putting everything on track. So he shouldn't be in London and be saying because of good or war for wars. Because they are government is full of corrupt people. See, my brother, let me say this in last before I go. When you get to where the $58 million cathedral is, I think there is what's the name? Is it a craft or something? The one that they used to build. I think it's just directly like the blocks on the top is just looking directly to the road. So I think the stolen money, the 5800, should just use it to just fix that because it's very dangerous. Thank you. God bless you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I like your DJing alongside.
Thank you. Talk to me.
Happy birthday to me.
Right. Happy birthday. Nice.
All those who are celebrating their birthday today.
Yes, of course.
Straight to the point. First is, have you watched some of the visuals from Kaswa, to be specific, about the decongestion?
Yes.
That's right. In fact, you could see that when we apply a little force, there is always an order. Yesterday, Kaswa was so serene and neat and back to its glories. We should continue. In fact, it's a collaboration. As the citizens collaborate with authorities, then there will be harmony, so that nobody will apply any force or any excess force. My brother, let me take you quickly to our prisons. Right from the days of the ex-president, may so rest in peace, Professor Mills, when the feeding grants of the inmates were increased to 1 cedi 80 pesos. During the first term of President Mahama, His Excellency, he even brought this a FIAFI project, if you remember, that Ghanaians should voluntarily contribute at least 1 cedi or more to support. He even visited in Sawan prison in 2016 and had called one-on-one party with them. I remember all this. But that is not what is needed now. In fact, as we are decongesting our streets and cities, we should think of the prison too. And I'll plead with Parliament, with other stakeholders. And you are, in fact, you are a student of the law, so we should have some non-custodial sentences. Because, for instance, there was a guy in one of the prisons recently. He was sentenced for an amount of 360 cedis. He couldn't pay. He was fined. So he was going to spend a month. And some of these things, if they are non-custodian, they will just find a way to what? At least help the society or work. And that is all. Because, my brother, feeding is wahala. And the overcrowded is nothing. And I believe everybody is a potential prisoner. It can occur to anybody at any time. So let's also give attention to that sector too. Have a blessed morning.
You too. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Noble Crosby.
Yes, how are you, Senior?
God's grace, His mercies are abundant upon me.
We thank God. Talk to me this morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Yima, calling from Amomole.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see, we the callers, we are doing an enormous job for Mother Ghana and the NDC party as a whole. Because I penetrated, but I ran out of credit, recharged, and then I have come again. So if our leaders are listening to us, please, they should look at whatever, the kind of work we are doing for Mother Ghana. And they also reward us. We are still waiting for them because it's almost 6 months now. And we are yet to hear something from them. Moving forward, you see, Noble, I want to correct something or add something little to what Collins just said about President Mahama's third term. Like what he said that Ghanaians will allow him to go for the third term, because you corrected him. See, we will plead with them so that they will do a referendum, because our law says that 51 plus, is it 50 plus 1? So not that President Mahama will force himself on us, but the Constitution, if there should be a referendum, Ghanaians accept it, the majority accept it, then the Constitution will be changed so that President Mahama can have his third term. So Collins, that is what is supposed to be. But he will not force himself on us. But if we wish for him to go for the third term, then we can look at the Constitution. And then if we all accept it through a referendum, then President Mahama can continue. Then moving forward, you see, Baumia, if you could remember, Noble, during their thank you tour, he was making a lot of accusations, this and that, posing blames to some people within his party, some elements within his party. But now that he has realized that, in fact, the way this government, is going about its governance, my brother, you came out telling us that gold for oil. But look at this government, just 4 months in office. So Baumia had no option than to come out and then say that we are humans, and therefore no one is beyond perfection. So they made a lot of mistakes. So now he's pleading, not because of anything, but he has realized that by the time this government tenure comes to an end, that is the 4-year term, there will be nowhere to be found. And therefore he has started pleading that it was a mistake. They did a lot of mistakes. You were committing a lot of mistakes. And we were telling you people, you forced e-levy on us. Even what Nicodemusly brought someone who was not parliamentarian into the chambers of parliament.
You don't know that yet. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Crosby. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir. And you are our final caller this morning.
Thank you, Eben. Be the final caller. Did I hear you saying that for the first time you smile at the pump when you bought 200 and something Ghana cedi before?
Yeah, Sixtus was happy with that.
It was Sixtus or you?
Sixtus.
sister, so that's the essence of Appiah-Ampofo. You see, we witnessed horror movie for the past 8 years. Have you watched horror movie before? Hello?
I have. Talk to me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let me say good morning to Ajiawa of GRA and also Custom Officer Aaron Inwa. Please, Mr. President, remember them. We are grassroots members and they have done justice to that. You see, it's sad in this country. But before I take on Dr. Baumia on the dollar, you see the frequency interchange. When you are from, let me say, Opanko, heading to climbing this interchange to Kwabenya. One side of it has been hit by a car. So I'm taking your medium to let the highway authority, they should do something about it before we hear massive distraction. I'm pleading with them. I passed there the last time and I said, oh, wow. So they better, if they are hearing me this morning, they better go there. Because I know how this current administration, they are proactive to issues. Also, Dr. Baumia, we are pleading with you. I think it would be better for you to be quiet. You still have the money. We know that what coming your primaries, your party people will vote for you. But Ghanaians will never be hoodwinked anymore. We're in this country. You brought gold for oil. The dollar did not, depreciate. The city keep on depreciating. And at the fuel station, sisters never smile. Here's the case, you have a gold board. Now that they are buying gold in city and we're selling it with what? In dollars. Due to that, the dollar depreciating and the city keep on appreciating. You are telling us it is your own effort. When you are going out of power, what was the city ratio to the dollar? It's still in opposition line. We give you 8 years. We watch all our movies. Please, we know where the effort is coming from, not from you. I think it will be better for you to keep quiet than to, make all the noise that it is due to what you did that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
my brother.
When I'm on the block and I wish my brother would have made bail so I won't have to travel 6 hours to see him in jail and I wish that
We'll have to pack the community voices segment here. But it was good hearing from you. We'll do that same time tomorrow as well on 0559242717 and 0556910154. Sports is up next. Mutala Yakubu is joining us. The man says that he's tired. Mutala Yakubu. You say that you're tired. What do you want?
Very tired. It's just about 6 months into the year, but already it's draining. And we still have some 6 months to go. So let's see what happens.
We are nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
What do you have for us this morning?
Oh, well, today our eyes will be in Spain because there's a big one. It's the Europa League final. Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester United. I mean, this is a game that you can't even predict who will win.
See, this game, man, as a Chelsea fan, I don't know who to support. You know,
have mixed feelings.
Yes, we and Tottenham, we are rivals.
Yeah.
But United too, they make noise, they talk like the whole season, they shine like that. Yeah. And then they'll go and play Europa, win Europa, and come and play Champions League. And then we too maybe,
So I understand. I mean, that is the sentiments of Chelsea fans that they don't know who to support.
Still give it to
because Tottenham wins. They are in London. They will make noise about this.
It's okay. You let Tottenham win.
Let Tottenham win there.
But
that one is
for
better.
United to come and play Champions League and Chelsea, we may not
play.
Anyways, bring us the details, Mutala.